Good day, everyone. My name is Recommendi Demo, and I'll be demonstrating Recommendi, my submission for the Clue LLM hackathon. Recommendi is an AI recommendation engine that goes from natural language requests from user to returning recommendations that matches the user's request. And to demo this, I'll ask a very starting question, which is I would like from superhero movie recommendations. And then the idea is after I click the recommendation, so what's happening on the back end is we're taking this user's message, we pass that into an LLM to extract the recommendation data that we want to get for this user in a structure that we've clearly defined. And then after getting the data from the structure that we've clearly defined, we then pick up that data and convert it into a consumable endpoint for Clue. So we make use of two recommendations endpoints majorly from Clue, the Insights V2 endpoint and the search endpoint. So this is matching the user's query where they've asked for superhero movies, and you can see that the major movies being returned here are superhero movies. So we also cater for cases where users can say something like, I want to read some books by Stephen King. Okay, let me just make this. Okay, and then the user can click on get recommendation. So we repeat the same step, get the decouple this to know the kind of endpoint we need to call to get books by Stephen King. So we can give this to the user in the format that they expect. So once the decoupling is done and we get our response from the API, so you can see we have something like this where this is by Stephen King. This is so if you click on load more, you still see all of this, the Stephen King universe, blah blah blah. Although there are sometimes we recommend it as a few suggestions. Dark Tower begins. So if you click on view more, you can see more of this details about who read this. So we also have support for places. So for example, you can say I'll use my location. I'm going to Lagos. Where can I get tasty jollof? So once the user clicks on get recommendation, we pass through the same steps. So we need to know that the location is Lagos in Nigeria, and we need to know that what we're looking for is tasty jollof. So after decoupling that data, we just get the recommendation and then show that to the user. So for example, this is Lamongo restaurant. This is the place restaurant in Maryland. I personally visited this one myself, and I can say that they do have quite the tasty jollof. And then we also changed a way for users to explore. So you can go back to the session that you started about these movies, and then when you get a response, all of these tags are clickable. So you could say, okay, I want to explore the uh, action tag. So what happens is we go again, and this time around we determine that this is the action tag we want to explore. Then we bring recommendation that matches that particular tag. So these are tags that matches action, and you can see that that's the tag that you selected. So this is inception, and you see that the recommendations that will be returned here are different from the initial recommendations of superheroes. But I mean, superhero movies are definitely the same as action. So, but we have some Gladiator, V for Vendetta, and then we have some here about Mad Max. So to see some different ones, we can select Drifter. So after selecting Drifter, we should begin to see some recommendations that vary greatly from the superhero suggestions that we're seeing. So this works for both the movies selection, the books category, the places category, and the TV show. So you can see that selecting the Drifter tag, these are some of the recommendations you can get. Thanks.